if I was applying for software engineering roles in Seattle specifically, this is everything I would be doing right now. First, just to give you a little bit of proof that the strategies I teach actually work, here are the offers I got from Amazon and Google, and both of these were in Seattle. So you might be thinking that the best way to actually get interviews at big tech companies is through referrals. And for a while that was true, but in 2026, referrals are absolutely useless. And a big reason as to why is this new platform called Referral Hub. Now, I have no affiliation with them whatsoever, and I'm actually against this platform. I'm recommending that you not use it. What Referral Hub is it's a website where you can just buy referrals at big tech companies. Adobe for $24, 35 for Nvidia, 35 for Salesforce, 25 for Amazon, 45 for Snowflake. You can just buy referrals at all these big tech companies, and this is completely destroying the point of a referral, right? The point of a referral is you actually know someone on a personal level and they can vouch for you, but now anyone can just buy a referral from a stranger at one of these companies. You can even see here that apparently 452 people have bought this Adobe referral for $24. And it's just absolutely insane. 13,000 people considered buying it, apparently. I guess they clicked on it and viewed this posting. And so referrals are completely useless. Then what actually works these days to even get interviews at these top tech companies in Seattle? It's cold emailing recruiters, and that's what I'm going to be covering in the rest of this video. Now, before you roll your eyes and before you click off of the video and say, oh, recruiters don't respond, cold emails or cold messages, listen very closely. I'm not talking about messaging recruiters on LinkedIn. That is generally a complete waste of time. I've tried it. I've had other people try it as well, just as an experiment. It just doesn't work because recruiters just get so many messages on LinkedIn. They're just not going to respond because there's hundreds, sometimes even thousands of people a day DMing a recruiter on LinkedIn. So cold DMing on LinkedIn is a complete waste of time, but actually cold emailing the recruiter, finding their work email address and reaching out to them that way, that works because the recruiter is obligated to check their work email every day for work anyways. So if you actually have a good email and you can show up in their inbox on a Monday or Tuesday morning, they will actually give you an interview. But there's a lot of variables with cold email that you need to actually get right for it to work. It's not easy. First, you got to get the right email address of the recruiter. That's not obvious. Then you have to have a good subject line that is actually catchy and stands out because if they're getting a ton of emails in their inbox, your subject line has to be good enough to pique their curiosity and get them to actually want to open it. Then in the email itself, you need to really say something clever in just 3 or 4 lines because if it's too long, they're just going to ignore it and just X out of the email and add it to trash. So there's a ton of things you have to get right when it comes to cold email. So I created this free guide. It's completely free on everything you need to know about cold email. It's 13 pages long. All the things that you have to get right to make cold email actually work, like who to reach out to, what to say in the email, etc. Again, this is completely free. Leave a comment below the video if you want access to it. And in the rest of this video, I'm going to actually teach you and go over those things for cold email so you can start getting more interviews at top tech companies in Seattle. And so the first thing that we need to actually learn is how do you actually get the recruiter emails? And I'm just going to show you how to do that with an example. So we're looking at Google's LinkedIn page over here because who wouldn't want to work at Google at the South Lake Union office in Seattle or maybe the Bellevue office? Like who wouldn't want to work at Google, right? So we pull up Google's LinkedIn page. We're initially first on home, then we go to people, and let's just type in something like recruiter to keep it simple. There's a ton of recruiters at Google. Again, just to keep this simple for the sake of illustration, let's just click on the first one. It's this guy named Zach Nowacki. I don't know him, but he is a technical recruiter at Google, likely recruits for software engineering roles. Now, the trickiest part is finding his email because, again, if we message him on LinkedIn, bro is not responding. Please don't DM recruiters on LinkedIn. Total waste of time. What you need to do is you need to get their work email address, but it's not obvious as to how to get that. It's not anywhere in his about section. He doesn't even have any activity. It's nowhere to be found, right? How do you actually get the recruiter's work email? Well, that's in the cold email guide. And again, if you want access to this, just leave a comment below the video and I'll send it to you for free. But I'll just go over it right now. It's installing the Apollo Chrome extension. This is a free extension on the Chrome Web Store that lets you get the email address of anybody, any recruiter. All you have to do is put in their LinkedIn profile, and this extension will give you the recruiter's email address. Now, I know we're getting a little bit into like the nitty-gritty, kind of boring details here, but this is probably the most important part of the video, so pay close attention. We're going to go to Zach's LinkedIn profile again, and I have the Apollo Chrome extension installed. Again, it's completely free. It's just on the Chrome Web Store. And what you want to go ahead and do is once you have it installed, you're going to get this yellow circle pop up whenever you're on anyone's LinkedIn profile. You click it, and you get the full contact card for that person's LinkedIn profile. So you can see his Google email is znowaki@google.com, and you can see his personal email is zachnowaki@yahoo.com. Now, just to give you a disclaimer, please don't, and I can't even believe I have to say this. Some of you, there might be someone watching this who actually is silly enough to cold email a recruiter's personal email address. Please don't do that. That would be a violation of their privacy. Please don't send emails to a recruiter's personal email address. That's not okay. But their work email is totally fair game. I have cold emailed thousands of recruiters over the course of my career, and I've never had a single recruiter ever have a problem with me sending a cold email to their work email address. They're totally cool with it as long as you keep it polite and professional. So here is Zach's work email, and now you can actually reach out to him and express your interest in roles at Google. But there are a ton of other variables that you actually have to get right in order to make cold email work. Like obviously half the battle is getting the right email address for the recruiter, but then you need to have the right subject line. You need to say something clever in those few lines that you actually have, because you don't want your email to be too long. You need to actually have a really good resume that you upload as a PDF and attach that to the email. There's a ton of other variables that you have to get right. And that's what's covered in this cold email guide. It's 13 pages. It even goes over like the best time of day to send cold emails, like what's statistically proven to get the most amount of responses from recruiters based on data. It's completely free. If you want access to it, just leave a comment below the video. And if you're looking for a separate video to watch where I go over the specific things on your resume that recruiters in Seattle actually look for, go ahead and watch this video next. It should be popping up soon, somewhere on the right. That video goes over the specific things on your resume that you're gonna need to actually get responses from recruiters when you cold email them, because you're going to be attaching your resume to every cold email you send. So your resume has to be 100% optimized. So go ahead and watch that video next, and I will see you soon.